Yo, what is up, gamers, and welcome back to yet another World Peace race. Imagine that. I told you we're gonna have 10 hours of World Peace, and I'm gonna deliver. Got 2 more matches after this, I think. It's kind of a long night, I'm not gonna lie. For me, I gotta stay up until 4 AM to catch all these matches. I hope it's a bit calmer hours for everyone else. Everybody's just, enjoying their afternoons, their evenings. But either way, I do hope you enjoy, as we're gonna be watching Jackamus and TwiistedDuck02, pretty hefty competitors in the SMO scene under a lot of tournaments, and are, pretty good friends as far as I know. So, a little bit of a friendly grudge match going on. It is a pre-record, so I'm not going to yank your chain or anything this time. I'm just going to get things started, and we will be underway. Got a little bit of a PB gap today, but it's not a huge deal. It's not something to really worry about. Definitely a lot less extreme than some matches in the tournament so far. Did I press all the buttons correctly? Indeed I did. We're even going to get a timer so nobody will yell at me, nobody can shout and scream. Do please go kind on me if I mess up anything seriously. It is a bit difficult to restream and commentate at the same time. But we're gonna work through it. We're gonna make it out. I think we're all gonna survive. Maybe, possibly. Cannot guarantee. I got the wrong screen up. Poggers, good start. I literally just said we're gonna do everything right. Alright. Anyways. I had to curse myself. Great time to plug if you are interested in helping out, so none of these things happen in the future. Feel free to use that exclamation point volunteer command in the chat room. We're looking for some experienced SMO runners, perhaps some experienced commentators. That would also be cool. If not, just enjoy. Just give me a little bit of an easier time, as we are getting back into the live content on GSA. We're a little bit slow to rise, but once we get going, we're going to have some banger events going constantly, so I hope everybody's excited for the future. Yeah, it was all planned. That was all a scripted event. I'm just revealing it now for the comedic effect afterwards. Thank you. I know I'm a comedic genius. Glad you guys all know that I'm just way too good of a restreamer to possibly make a mistake ever. If you've ever watched any of my tournaments I've ran in the past, never a mistake. We've never been late. Internet's never gone down. Never happened. But either way, everything's started now. We can focus on the gameplay. Just kidding, we gotta gamble. If you are a gambler, you're in the right place. We're going to be betting channel points today, not real money, because that would get us in trouble in a lot of places and with a lot of communities. So we're just going to stay away from that. We're going to start a bit of a channel point prediction, and it's going to be a close one, like I said. So I expect to see some cheers on both sides. Jackamus, of course, being a favorite out here. I know Jackamus was practicing IP skip before this match was done. I don't know the results of the race, though. I have no idea if they got it. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm not expecting Duck to go for IP skip, but I mean, maybe Duck is just going to be a baller. Always an option. Honestly, have no idea why Duck is behind. Maybe some chat commentators can let me know what the heck happened to Duck in Cat Kingdom. But Jackamus trying to even the playing field out a little bit here, doing some backflips for fun, and all of a sudden Duck is just right back in this game, right in the lead. The back and forth is crazy already, and as predicted, I mean, the PBs 4 minutes apart, but again, Duck probably just not playing quite as much of the World Peace category. I know Jack is a bit more seasoned of a runner in any percent. There's about a 3-minute time difference between these two runners, but I think Jack is just a little bit more seasoned in the World Peace. So we'll see if that translates into a win here. As Madam Brood is being taken out with throwing a ball and chain in her face. She's not very resilient. 3 hits and she's out. Magical boss number. Duck just hanging onto that sliver of a lead so far. See if he can continue to do so once we get out of Cascade here. A little bit of potential route variation / bonkage going on here at the end, but very unlikely that we see either player have too big of mistakes. Pretty much just triple jumping up to a moon, which is the most likely, which I mean, we did see in the last race we had a racer just roll straight into the chain jump, so mistakes can happen anywhere. But in Cascade, it's kind of one of those kingdoms that you do it so many times, it's not a huge deal. Just kind of go on autopilot. Duck in the chat, I'm gonna say it, Duck, I'm obligated to say it. If you lose this run, I'm going to have to eat a brick. I won't film it, give any sort of proof or anything like that, but I will say it. Just to perpetuate the bad meme. Oh my goodness, big time Goofus with the 1-year subscription to Speedrun. Absolute nut. And we get some GGs in the chat for Goofus, that is epic. Keeping us fed here at GSA, keeping the lights on. Computer chugging along, I really appreciate that. And pretty much synced up here going into Sand Kingdom, so a little bit of variation in terms of the menuing here, but Jackamus tying things up. It'll be interesting to see what kind of sand routes we see here. Both players so far taking the gamer route, going to be going into the town, no umbrella strats involved. Taking that little bit of time doing the triple jump over the fountain. Duck giving the huge spoilers in the chat. Dude, I'm sure you wouldn't spoil anything that's actually like big, but do remember, if you are doing a pre-recorded race on the channel, please do not let us know what is happening before it actually happens. It does not actually show that you are a time wizard, it actually just ruins the race for everybody. So, no worries there, Duck, but just make sure we're not, you know, giving away any details. So we do have some beginner action coming from Duck. The prophecy is true. We're going to be breaking this this bricks here. Collecting a moon out of it while Jack is sending that bullet bill. Going to be going over to the icicle here, and we are indeed going to see an IP skip. Potentially, maybe. It is a very tough trick, but it does save quite a bit of time. We'll have to see if Jack can get it here as Twisted nails the Draxy skip. Alright. Alright. This is looking... I mean, we're okay. We're still on the pyramid here. The dark times come if we fall. If we fall off the pyramid, or if we spend too much time here, it's going to start being up... Oh, okay. That's one I'm not super familiar with. So, clipping through the pyramid, but not in the correct location. Unfortunately, going to take a dive all the way down. And going to be having to do IP clips, so... Going to be tied up with Duck here, but Duck having a few more moons, which is going to put Duck in the lead and getting the clip faster. Duck kind of blowing my mind right now with the speed and pulling ahead early on, but Jack, you know, clapping right back, going to make his way inside, but having some trouble, unfortunately. Alright, gonna do something I typically don't like to do, but AC money available after a work emergency. Hopefully there are no more work emergencies. AC, welcome into the chat booth. How are you doing? No, I'm here. I'm here. Oh, I never clicked the button to fix it. Sorry guys, I'm just like murdering the layout. I didn't even realize. Video games are being played. That's what you're gonna say. There's. Yeah, Harriet is a rabbit. She is evil, and she must be destroyed. Wait, did you say robot? Is that like lore I'm not aware of, or? Oh, okay. Oh, whoa.
Oh, apparently they cannot hear me.
Reason number 7 why I don't like to pull people in mid-commentary, but it's okay, we'll roll with it.
Okay, if you can hear me, everybody say, nectarine.
What?
I'm just trying to think of a random word. And
That's a hard word to spell. I would have gone with something more simpler, like press 1. Okay, alright.
Nectarine sparkling ice.
Alright. Chat popping off. Alright, never mind. I'm gonna leave it to you.
Misspelling it, but he's currently in the race. Captain Rex apparently cannot hear me because he put in the wrong fruit and also misspelled pomegranate. Anyway, Jack going to be cleaning up some Bullet Bill here. Well, he's going to get shot by a Bullet Bill first. That is not ideal. There we go. Now we'll make this quick turn. Of course, Twisted Duck having already collected a lot of these overworld moons. Oh, right. Oh, no, he didn't get the turn. Oh, that's going to lose a little bit of time. Mostly just a swag strat, but it does cost him a little bit of time.
I'm getting word in the restream chat that Jack has some sort of 114, so we're gonna give him a 114 question mark to appropriately represent his timer here.
Well, in any event, he does get the juggle on his second attempt. The thing I was going to say before was that I joined late because I did an oopsie and sent something to production before it was properly tested, even though I thought it was properly tested. I missed the opportunity to gamble 38,000 points. In the 12 o'clock race, I gambled all 37,000 of my channel points and got like 600 in return for winning.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd have done it in this race. This race is definitely one that's going to be close.
I definitely would not have gambled 38,000 channel points. I might have done it just for the meme's sake, but yeah, I did not have that opportunity, and it is probably for the best.
Alright, well, we are in here on the Knuckle Tech fight here on the side of Twisted Duck.
Yeah, Twisted Duck looks like he's ahead. Did Jack make some kind of mistake in the early game?
Yeah, there's some minor mistakes. Basically, the big deal was Jack went for IP skip, spent a bit of time on it, and then failed it, so had to go for the IP clip. That was a pretty large time loss.
Yeah, I can see where that would cause quite a bit of time loss. He does have the better PB, but hey, you know what? That's just going to make this race that much more interesting. Especially given that Twisted Duck is so confident in his victory that he has actually bet his own channel points against Jack. So far, that is not looking like a wise bet because he is in the lead. On to phase 3 here, Jack is just starting phase 2. So far, no issues on either runner's side.
So, watching Jack right now, you know Jack is cracked, because Jack is just doing insanely random, like, up throws everywhere, which is indicative that you are a Mario god. At least
well, Twisted Duck did hit an ice block, but finishes phase 3 otherwise very cleanly. He will collect that multi-moon. Jack, meanwhile, just now getting to the phase 3, he's going to have to sit through a little bit of cutscene and whatever that is. Taking an intentional hit. That is interesting. I mean, he is memeing, but it is a lot of time loss if he were to mess up that grab. That was not wise, but it worked. But it was not wise. Anyway, Jack all done with Knuckle Tech, and now we get to sit and listen to Cappy lecture us about the Odyssey. Yes, we are well aware, Cappy. Even though this game is in Chinese and we cannot read any of it, we are well aware that we have collected all of the moons we need in this kingdom. But thanks for playing.
Assuming that chat cannot read Chinese first. Assuming I can't read Chinese.
Can you read Chinese?
I cannot.
Well... Off to Lake Kingdom. I'm just going to be doing the 80% or the beginner 80% round here because we are required to fight Rango. I know I say this every race, but it is true.
I'm trying to see the face in Twisted Duck's avatar. All I see is a Twisted Duck. I'm not sure about you.
I think the idea is that, like, the part where his tail is kind of curved and the part below it is the beak. And, like, if you just ignore the dark part that is the duck's head, the white part can be construed as a head in the opposite direction.
I feel like that's unfair to say just ignore part of the image. I feel like that's defeating the purpose of something looking like something, but...
I do not disagree. I am just saying what I believe the intent of that is. Also, yeah, TwiistedDuck02% in Chinese, totally cursed. Imagine somebody just learning Chinese so that they can save like 5 seconds in TwiistedDuck02%.
Yeah, probably not worth it.
No.
Probably more in TwiistedDuck02%, but...
I guarantee if, like, in, like, Super Mario Brothers, where it's, like, down to, like, thousandths of a second, if you could save 5 seconds by learning Chinese, every runner would be required to learn Chinese. But, thankfully, that is not the case. Anyway, Twisted Duck on to fight Rango here. He's had a super clean Lake Kingdom. Jack gonna miss that pillar the first try, but he gets it right back. And an easy Rango fight. Just start living in China to get a better time, yep.
I mean, yeah, Chad is right. Chinese is a pretty useful language. Would be useful outside of the SMO. Perhaps SMO is just a gateway drug to victory in life? Question mark?
I'm pretty sure it's like either the most spoken or the second most spoken after English language in the world.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the most spoken language in the world.
That sounds right.
Language fun facts on Speedrun.
So Twisted Duck in about a 20-second lead here. Something like that. Off to Wooded, though, and tides can definitely turn in Wooded. I don't know what kind of strategies these runners are going to go for. But Wooded is one of the more complicated kingdoms in World Peace. This and Sand Kingdom are the two kingdoms where runners will have to, Luncheon, some many percent routes don't do the food obstacle course, but we will be collecting 2 multi-moons here, and yeah, we will be only collecting 2 moons. There's been a new exploit in the game. No. So, obviously 2 bosses that we have to fight in this kingdom.
Wait, what's the food maze?
In Luncheon, where you, like, take over the slab of meat, and then you get teleported up to the, like, platforming section with all the food and, like, the corn on the cob.
Oh.
It only takes, like, 2 jumps to do.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, like, this really complicated S-curve looking thing, but in reality you can just skip all of it. Twisted Duck going for Nut Clip here. He does not get it. He'll have to do, he'll have to open the gate. That does lose about 8 seconds, I believe you said earlier.
Sag. But still a pretty healthy lead over Jack here, which is quite surprising, quite impressive, but not too surprising. As I said before, this is going to be a very close match. I do expect quite a bit of back and forth, although Duck hanging on to the lead early on is pretty epic.
See, the stew being Pepto-Bismol would be the actual conspiracy. Because it's supposed to be stew. Jack does get the nut clip, so that's going to give him an opportunity to come back a little bit. Obviously, missing nut clip extremely devastating at 90%. Much more forgiving here.
No, I don't watch any Fortnite. I'm not a big Ninja fan. I don't want to make anybody in the chat feel bad, but I feel like it's kind of cursed to like get excited over people's streams not doing so well when they play other games. Like I feel like that's gotta be I gotta know.
Wait, what happened?
Ninja seems like a nice guy. I don't know. Kind of cringe sometimes. Like the Fortnite dance during like the New Year's thing was pretty cringe, but
honestly, I mean Fortnite in general is pretty cringe, but
wait.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you take the money to go to a platform and assume that people will follow you.
So you
when in fact they were not following you for the they were following you for the gameplay, and then they just went to Tfue's stream. That's my understanding of Ninja Fortnite.
Well, I mean the gameplay is his and part of him, but yeah, I mean, are you trying to say that if we were to host a Fortnite stream, you wouldn't watch Fortnite tournament? Bad.
I mean I would because it's GSA.
Fortnite speedruns.
But I don't just watch I think there are.
Oh my gosh,
Fortnite...
Jack!
Oh, careful, Jack! Good save. I think there are Fortnite speedruns in creative mode, or there might be a fastest to win a game or something.
I'm sure there's plenty.
I just don't remember off the top of my head. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, exponentially dwarfed in popularity by actual competitive Fortnite. Oh yeah, I guess there is Fortnite story mode that nobody has ever played.
Wait, apparently there is a Super Mario 64 ROM hack called Super Mario 60 Fortnite.
Oh yeah, it's regular Super Mario 64, but you can build.
No way.
Yeah. I don't even think that was Kaizen either.
Oh my goodness.
I have no idea who made that, but it's... Yeah.
That's insane.
I saw a speedrun of it. I forget if it was a speedrun or a TAS, but it was about what you would expect. Anyway, both runners got through Speedrun easily, but that's to be expected. Jack, one hit like a boss. Twisted Duck took 3, so less like a boss.
Yeah.
Now for the windmill. We always love to see 4 shots here. Getting a little closer for the opportunity to 4-shot, and yes, beautiful.
Did lose a bunch of time driving up to it though, so not entirely optimal, but pretty solid. Not missing any of the shots there is definitely worth waiting a little bit to be sure.
Yep. 100% agreed. You generally know the cadence if you're going to do 4-shot. Otherwise, you're doing cleanup duty, and we can see Jack kind of going for the same. And that, having a little bit of trouble there. Finally gets it. That was not generous at all. Personally, I would have given that hitbox to him, but the game not feeling generous. Twisted Duck onto Torque Drift. Those bombs do suck, yeah. I don't blame you for driving up through it. Yeah, this is, I think, the closest, regular race. Or no, there was one that was a part of that kind of fell apart in Mecha Brutal, I think, on Friday. But this is definitely one of the closer races.
Oh yeah, like I said, 2 pretty close competitors, and especially with Jack having the better PB and having some issues in sand early, gonna be keeping it close early on for sure. But I expect this one to go close pretty much to the end, unless either one of them has some sort of meltdown in terms of a couple deaths or something like that.
Well, I mean, obviously that is extremely possible, and gotta go now for a bit, BRB. Yep, that'll make the race less close.
Yeah, there's a reason why these racers pre-recorded. You'll often see racers pop into a race they pre-recorded just because they can for a second.
Oh,
But,
it's pre-recorded. I thought he was just memeing.
yeah, no.
Okay, never mind.
I think the main limitation was Jack was busy all weekend, pretty suddenly, so it happens.
I guess that would make sense with neither of them being in the waiting room.
Yeah, I decided to just axe the way I was doing the commentary stuff before, and so it doesn't even matter anymore. People were getting too confused, and it was too much stress for what it was worth.
Fair enough.
It's confusing the runners is bad for the tournament, believe it or not.
Yeah, I can see why that would be annoying. Jack with a pretty clean torque drift there. Twisted Duck and Jack both really clean through Wooded, taking about the same amount of time. Maybe Jack made up a couple seconds because Twisted Duck didn't get gate skip, but overall, both runners with very impressive Wooded Kingdoms.
The best capture in the game is the meat, by far.
Yeah. I'm actually missing a capture in my 100% playthrough, and I don't know where it is. So that's fun. But I definitely got the meat, obviously, because I got world peace, so... I'm missing hint art, like 3 purple coins in luncheon, and 1 capture. Poison piranha. Fire piranha. You might be right, actually. I do not remember what kingdom it is in. I have not booted Odyssey in like 2 years. So.
Wait, who, what?
I said I'm missing a capture, but chat was saying it's probably the poison piranha. I just don't remember what kingdom it was in. You could throw a rock in their mouth and capture it. Got it.
Dinosaur is a pretty dope capture. Although it's kind of weird to just have a straight-up dinosaur in the game, but I mean, I'll let it slide. Kind of cool.
I remember the second Mario Odyssey trailer when they first showed, like, the capturing. They showed the dinosaur, and I'm like, what the hell? They're making a Turok game?
Yeah, the Metro Kingdom
really Twisted Duck missing the capture of the hat.
Uh-oh.
And that's gonna give Jack the lead. Totally devastating. Oh no, this is
I think it's about even, actually. Duck is still in the lead. Holding on to it, just barely. But definitely losing quite a bit of time from that missed fast out.
Oh yeah, this race is down to about 5 seconds. Let's see, 27:44, end of cutscene. 27:49, end of cutscene. Yep, 5-second race now. This is a tight one, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we've been waiting for all weekend.
I mean, we've had several close races all weekend, but it's definitely what we're looking for anytime. This is peak Mario racing for sure.
Missing a ground pound, that... Oh, and Jack also misses the ground pound. Saving the replay, gonna try to figure out what happened there. Both with clean butterfly grabs. Now onto this spinning platform. Jack opting for a roll, maybe a little bit quicker. Lost Kingdom is in fact the worst. We saw on Saturday that there was a runner who took 6 deaths in this kingdom. Yeah,
that's definitely a Mario meltdown, but as you can see here, there's slightly more optimal movement, and Jack is slowly inching his way up onto Twisted Duck. Gap is closing rapidly.
Really feels like whoever makes the next mistake is going to really put themselves behind the 8-ball. Well, they both get this double moon correctly. Now let's have a clean cage. See if they can both get bridge skip, and we will get out of Lost very even. Oh, I take that back. Twisted Duck not going to go for it. Jack is going to go for it, and that could be the difference.
Yeah, it's about tied up now, I would say. Oh, Duck actually a little bit behind now.
Who will get the skip? They both do.
Oh,
Jack!
no.
Oh no! Twisted Duck got it, but bonked into the scenery and into the drink. And that means that Jack is going to take the lead. A back and forth match. Jack taking the lead in the Lost Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, even if Duck got that, it still was a little bit slower than Jack's. Would have lost him some time. But dying there, not a huge deal. Really not that big a deal. Losing very little time. Did lose a little bit extra since he was trying to do some wall slides and stuff like that to recover, but not a big deal. The big deal for me is that the chat is hating on Lost Kingdom, which is one of the best kingdoms in the game. Gonna have to disagree heartily there. Metro, pretty good kingdom, though.
Yes.
We'll agree on that.
Metro might be my favorite kingdom. I really like Luncheon just because of the theming, but I know that it's annoying for a lot of people to play.
I don't know how anybody likes Luncheon. I did a complete one. Ooh, okay, missing the awning jump here. Jack having a bit of a meltdown on the awning here.
And Twisted gonna take the lead right back.
Yeah. But as I was saying, I actually didn't play this game for way too long just because, like, I don't know, I felt like it looked like it was going to be, I don't know, like a really crappy Sonic Adventure level. Like, the original Sonic Adventure. The city, like, weirded me out. I don't know. People really like that game.
We get a moon sync here? Not quite.
Something about the city just really bothered me, but the way they did it in Mario Odyssey, I don't know. It's grown on me.
Jack with a bonk into the side of the wall. Actually, one of those, like, support pillars.
Yeah, going for a really fast cycle here. Good job. Skipping the platform altogether on the right side. And going to be catching up to Duck here. Very hot movement in City Hall. Just a little bit lower on the pole at this point.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Nochi. That is pretty weird. Although the developers have confirmed that Mario is a human, just, I guess, with weirder proportions. Years of losing half of your height every time you run into an animal of any sort will do that to you, I guess. They're on to Mecha Wiggler about half a second apart, and so shots are really going to matter here.
Oh yeah, and Jack
As
having
you
some
can
trouble
see,
with the
Jack is
first
going to miss
cycle.
one. So we'll give Twisted Duck a little bit of a lead.
As long as both players get a 2 cycle here, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but having a slow time on the 1 cycle is a bit of a bop, honestly. Jackimus going to have some more time to make up, but with those superior movements, I think he should be able to do it pretty easily. Certainly not an insurmountable amount of time difference so far, by any means.
Twisted Duck is going to miss a lot of shots here.
Yeah, should be okay.
Got some cleanup to do. There we go. He's got it. Jack just missing the one, I think. He gets it.
Yeah, both players being pretty seasoned runners, no one to handle those cycles, and Jack not very happy with how that Mecha Wiggler went. Don't blame him, but shouldn't be too hard on himself. Keeping up with
Yeah,
Duck.
I mean, it is only a 3-second difference right now, and obviously having the better PB does bode well for him down the stretch. But of course, if one of these runners has a major mistake in Mecha Brutal, I think the other is going to win. Especially based on how close this is. They've just really got to keep the pace up to that point.
People put too much emphasis on the Mecha Brutal fight. It can be a bit of a hard time, but the rest of the game matters just as much. I don't know why I'm doing a speed test. That's definitely not the website I wanted to be on. Try to tank my internet while doing the restream. Probably not the best option.
Case in point, the stream just dropped a frame there for a second.
Oh, 1 frame, no. Had to check. I wasn't quite sure if...
What?
Wait, what do you mean?
Twisted Duck opting not to do drive-by. That's interesting.
That's not too
Jack
surprising.
did do drive-by first try, actually. They will both skip Trash Moon. Neither of these runners are going to go. And another weird bonk on a railing. There for Jack. Just finding everything to bonk on in this game. And neither runner going for Sewer Clip. Twisted Duck cannot talk to this drum guy. He is having some social anxiety, but something that we all can certainly attest to. But this is a speed run, so he...
Yeah, I mean, Scoot Clip isn't too surprising. Duck probably wanting to add it in pretty soon. I mean, he's got a 102 in any percent, but Jack MS being a sub-hour runner, definitely quite a bit more seasoned in that department. But really not too shocking to see players not going for Scoot Clip. It's pretty common.
For these runners now finished with the floating island. They're done with 2 of their 2 of the musicians. Gonna head over to this 3rd one. Bullish, you grabbing the pylon with Twisted Duck. Jack collects his 3rd musician. A bit of loading on Jack's screen. That's interesting. Are these runners both playing on digital?
Yes.
Interesting.
Duck was on physical for a long time, but he recently got a digital copy of Jack.
Oh, that's actually... I mean, you'll have to collect a backup moon, but...
Yeah, we'll see what the option is. Could either go for some sort of backup moon or could just warp back up to the top after getting the trumpet, and it looks like we're going to be warping back up.
I think he, I don't know if he wanted to warp back up or just missed a jump off of the railing and he's going to go back and do this again. Duck going to take the lead back. Let's see if he can get up onto this building. He can. Jack second tries the charm. We're going to talk to this trumpeter who's mysteriously standing on the edge of a building. Jack just going to roll straight into the trumpeter, so actually good move there.
Yeah, and Duck not going for any crazy strats here, just doing some really safe, tried and true strategy, some things he's comfortable with, and you know, not really doing anything to put himself in the lead, perhaps, but definitely putting him in a position where, you know, Jack is making these mistakes and giving them a chance to be ahead here. So it's a pretty good race strategy. I think Duck is capable of doing harder strats, but definitely making the right calls here so far.
Into the sewer we go. We've established neither of these runners are going for the clip.
I think it's actually a Trumpetron. Not sure though.
Say that again?
I will not. I don't even remember what I just said, honestly. Most of what it comes out of my mouth during commentary is complete word garbage, so...
I mean, that's kind of what commentary is. Sometimes. Twisted Duck finishing up cleanly there, Jack. In to fight some piranhas. He's going to turn back on the power of Udonk City so we can go to the festival. I'm sure everybody's very excited to see synced up festivals. Sarah, I know that on occasion you have changed the audio back to the other runner when they start the festival, but
oh, hey, here's what I can
today.
do.
We are very even.
I can just turn both audios on at the same time. That's a big brain strat.
That would be pretty pog.
Definitely what we're looking for.
Of course, Pauline being very selfish and not giving us enough moons to go save the princess. Instead, we have to go to all of these other kingdoms.
What a jerk. I mean, they do need to suck all the life out of the moons to power their city, and all these big lights of herself. The repeating neon images of the mayor. Kind of weird. I mean, kind of like deifying their leader, but I mean, it's okay. You know, maybe they're into that, I guess.
Yeah, I still want to see the electoral results. I'm very suspicious of some cult of personality going on here. Hit there by Twisted Duck, should be okay.
keeping things pretty clean here throughout the festival. Thank you for the Peppies and the cat jams. I was scared we weren't going to see any, but thankfully there are some.
Jack is also actually going to take a hit. Twisted Duck going to take a second to grab the extra heart. We have seen a death in the festival already in this tournament. That would be pretty devastating. Not... Oh, well. I guess Jack opting to not take the extra heart. Twisted Duck actually didn't end up needing it, even though... Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone, everybody.
I think
Jack is down to 1 life. He's down to 1 heart.
Oh, waiting for that last barrel. Wow, he was scared.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, Duck there taking that last hit at the end was definitely intentional. He got the extra heart, which lost a little bit of time, but there's no refill animation in the 2D section, so... you know, just taking that extra bit of damage running through some barrels, didn't have to wait for them to pass by. Definitely was the call there. Both racers can be wrapping up Metro Kingdom here, and Twisted Duck taking back the lead. Pretty nice back and forth race so far. Can't complain.
They're off to Snow Kingdom. We saw a couple runners actually opt for Seaside first, but these two obviously gonna stick with the Oh! Hold the presses! We are going to see a divergence, ladies and gentlemen. Jack is heading to the Seaside Kingdom, and Twisted Duck to the Snow Kingdom. I've always wanted to see this, and now we're gonna get it. Jack saying oops.
Is that even possible? Can you do this? Is this allowed?
I don't see why not.
Is this hacked? Pressing the cursor down and hitting A, question mark? Oh my gosh, can't connect with that moon.
Oh, he does on the second try.
It's definitely going to be hard to see who is in the lead for the rest of these next 2 kingdoms, but luckily we're in Shiveria, the happiest place on earth with the greatest music in the game. Maybe not the greatest, but definitely one of the best tracks.
Lining up for Snow Clip. Ooh, that might be good. And he's got it.
Very cool. Okay.
Oh, he's good.
I couldn't tell if that was intentional or not. The camera was deceiving me.
I'm going 57-64 on Don Bull, by the way.
I'm gonna put in a 12-6. I think that Twisted Duck can pull it off.
No comment. Of course, this fellow forgot his hat and now will be punished for his crimes by having his body taken over and not having control over his body or remembering anything that happens for the rest of the day. In the real world, we call that alcohol.
I mean, similar effects. I'm not sure if, you know, other people possess your body in that time period, but could be true.
Your drunk self does. Can he finish in the next 5 seconds? He's gonna have to hurry for that 12-6. Oh. Just missing out by 2 laps and change, although he doesn't get the back part of that second ramp. That's always the worst. Trying to go for a cut there and gets it. Ooh, a little bit high there on that banking. We finish with lap 2. Jack approaching a boss fight here in a little bit. I have a follow-up comment to Captain Rex, but we do keep it PG. Oh, no, he hit the backside. 57.55. Would I say 57.64? I was within a tenth of a second. I'm going to pat myself on the back. Alright, sir, I'm putting you on the spot. What is the full name of this boss?
Squid Dude the Third, big guy of Blaine.
That is correct. He is actually a distant relative to Squidward Tentacles.
I thought they were brothers.
That is enough.
I don't know. I'm not very good at the lore in this game. I'm honestly more of an SM64 runner. I'm kind of lost here.
Brigadier Lansor Mollusk III, Dauphin of Bubbling. Troy taught me that.
Pretty sure that's what I said.
And he won't let me forget it. Oh, I mixed up Mollusk and Lansor, apparently. What? I did not know that, he could clip through that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the strat. You go for, you get him like kind of stuck underneath. Makes it easier to get that final hit. But Twisted
Anyway,
Duck...
Squidward will be traveling to Bub Blaine for a funeral, but the good news is that he will have the opportunity to taste some delightful sparkly water while he is there.
I think the bigger news is that Duck is fishing, honestly. That's kind of the biggest news.
Yeah, that's a good point. He'll be headed off to Snowdram here in a sec. Yeah, I'm sorry, Troy, I have let you down. Well, he is also a Brigadier, Nochi, so he, well, let's see, Snowdram, I think he's short. No, he's got it.
Yeah, Duck done quite a bit of trick jumping. I would be very surprised to see him miss Snowdram. When you get the level 2 Elite Dangerous super skips, Snowdram becomes quite a bit easier.
Wow, so these two kingdoms are actually really even. Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see who comes out on top at the end of the next kingdom for each player, but we are 85 to 85 moons. We do have the same amount of kingdoms completed. Only time will tell. I think the seaside boss is going to be a telling moment. Whether or not Duck can defeat the Mollusk quickly is going to decide the fate of this run, I think.
Oh. Apparently my earbuds went backwards. Was wondering why they were uncomfortable. Jack? Oh, I know. He is not caught in Snowclip. He just went into Shiveria. That's my bad.
Jack has indeed not mastered the powers of time travel, but has mastered the Mario moves. Going to make his way up this umbrella here, grabbing a chest moon, and then heading over to do said clip. We'll see if he gets it. Duck did a good job getting moon clip, and does save quite a bit of time, so will be another thing to look at in comparison to these two kingdoms.
He had quite a bit of setup. Jack not doing as much, and I don't know if he got it. He did, though. He did, though.
Nice.
And he's right in. Wow.
Wild cameras
that was
there
a
from
fast
Jack.
snow clip. Good stuff.
360 no scope in that loading zone.
Jack gonna be on to Bound Bowl here in just a sec. Whereas Twisted Duck has some story moons to collect. Don't go too far there now. Alright, I'm going 56.98. Get your guesses out in chat. See if you can beat my 900ths of a second off. Saren, of course, making the same joke that he does in every race. Hweh, 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 hweh. Good first lap. Very low jump over that second hill there at the end. He's staying low to the ground too, which is really nice. Obviously, the more time you are in the air, the more time you're wasting not going forward.
A nutty second lap.
1682 second lap. This is a great race by Jack here, making up some time.
Duck definitely was struggling a little bit with the race. Had a pretty large bounce here at the end that lost him quite a bit of time too, but Jack won out.
52.50 for Jack. What a race.
Pretty insane.
Alright, it is boss fight time for Twisted. Mater, people were guessing the bound bowl time on Jack's screen. But that's just getting here. Twisted Duck and Jack Imus did these two kingdoms in reverse order. So they're actually even Stevens, even though they are in different kingdoms.
Pretty sure a 49 is the fastest time anybody's ever gotten in down bowl for all 3 laps. I'm not sure though. That's a possibly true fact that has been stated in the chat before.
I feel like Twisted Duck is doing this a little bit slower than Jack. Although Jack is currently fishing, and we like to see that on the stream.
Yeah, not going for that clip.
Finish him off here, because he's going to need to hurry. There's... the joke being, people also guess Princess's Secret slide times in Super Mario 64. Jack bailing out of Snowdram, that is okay. He does have some time here.
I don't think it's a joke. I mean, I don't see why you're saying it's a joke. I just believe in the runners.
There's the multi-moon for Twisted Duck, but Jack is going to get to the Odyssey first. He is going to take about a 15-second lead into the next kingdom.
Yeah, throughout Snow and Seaside, Jack able to make up some time and pull the lead back into his favor, but can he hold on to it? This lead just keeps switching back and forth. Neither player can gain control for more than a couple kingdoms. But we will see. Luncheon is a pretty difficult one, and both players are going to have to be on their toes here.
This is a pre-recorded Mater.
Nice.
Commentary is live.
He's saying he thought it was a pre-recorded VOD from like 2018, which it is not.
Oh no, no, this is live. It is currently 4:59 p.m. Eastern Time on July 19th, 2021. Unless you are watching this on the VOD, in case it is not.
You're just being... Okay, we gotta make it even more confusing. We're definitely not robots, I can tell you that much. I'm personally very glad...
Jack up here to Spewart. Sick comment, not commentary skip, a commentary skip. A cutscene skip. Yeah, such great robot, I am, Jack fighting Spewart here, obviously, you know, very not challenging of a boss.
Click all sides of the trap. Dude, I honestly suck at captchas. I'm like the worst at solving captchas. I always kind of question whether or not I'm actually human. My humanity is called into question every time. Luckily, usually you don't have to be very exact, so you can kind of fail and still win, which is nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like, there's like no real answers. It's like just based on what people mostly answer for the pictures. Like, if most people say that, you know, 5 out of 6 things you click are cars, then you're good to go.
Oh, no, interesting.
I could be wrong, I'm not a programmer, but my understanding of capture code.
Twisted Duck, actually missed a hit there on, Sphere, but was able to clean it up with the double head bop. Now they're gonna go over to break some cheese with the, hammer guy. The skillet bro, if you will. And now the best music in the game over on Twisted Duck's side.
Oh no. No way. Unsubscribed.
What? You're not a Valbono stan?
I mean, it's not a bad song, but best song in the game? I don't know.
Yes.
There's so many good songs in this game. It's actually something I want to fill out now, an SMO music tier list.
Alright, poll in chat. Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Odyssey. Which game has the best soundtrack? Oh yeah, that's a good one too, Mater.
I feel like I just have way too much emotional attachment to this game to vote for either of the other ones. Also, I've never played through Galaxy 2 and only like half of Galaxy 1, so... My opinion is invalid. But everybody in the chat's saying Odyssey, so I mean, I guess I gotta think this correct.
I would... I'd have to think about it. I think I would accept, Yes. I have mixed feelings on Galaxy 2. It was still a good game. I feel like I was expecting more from it, and only having 3 moons per kingdom was kind of a letdown. Or Galaxy, whatever. Verbiage changes all the time. See, this thing is what I was talking about with the food obstacle course.
Wait, did that have stars in that game? I honestly have... Yeah, Galaxy 2, yeah.
Yeah.
They're moons?
It's just... Or not moons, stars.
Oh, okay.
Did I say moons?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were confused on both verbiages or if I just haven't played the game.
I'm trying to watch a Super Mario Odyssey speedrun while talking about a different Mario game. Great save there by Jack, who kind of botched the rollout there. Now they go into the cave.
Jack needing a nice jump in the alcove there.
Yeah, that'll save him some time. We've seen a lot of runners lose a lot of time here.
Yeah, we're seeing that gap widen a little bit. Jack 2 moons ahead and a bit of movement, which is pretty decent, but going to be completing the torch fire ring here and moving on to the next section while Duck is moving up the geometry, trying to catch up, but having some stumbles, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is where clean movement can really get you far. We've seen that neither runner's really made a significant mistake in several kingdoms, but Jack has just been that much cleaner on movement, and he is currently well in the lead. But certainly all to play for down the stretch.
Ooh, Jack trying to get a capture there with a rainbow spin, but unfortunately unable to do so. Going to be throwing that up throw, but not a big deal. Going to be making his way up to the cockatiel. Cookatiel. I don't know why that one's so hard for me to say.
Well, because like...
Forklift, cockatiel. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Are there even any Invisawalls in this game? I don't think I've ever really encountered any.
Yeah, in, you sometimes get one in, escape sequence in the pillars room.
Oh, yeah. That's, like, super specific, though. I don't think there's, like,
It is extremely rare, yeah.
No, I didn't, Emrys. Said the name of a bird. You heard it here first. I am getting banned. Stream's gotta end. Sorry, guys.
So if you would like to volunteer to be a restreamer, now's your opportunity, because we've just fired our old one.
Sag. It's weird, I get fired every day, but then I just keep coming back and they just keep letting me restream. It's strange. I don't get it. I hope I don't turn out like that guy from The Office where I'm just like hanging out in the basement working for like 3 years and don't realize I'm not getting paid.
Meanwhile, Twisted Duck is in some serious trouble here, down to 1 heart, and cannot get this hit for the life of him. Gotta go get that heart. There you go.
Yeah.
Finally gets the hit. And completing the second phase. Meanwhile, Jack is going to be bopping on out of this kingdom. First has some business to take care of, fighting a giant dragon for some reason.
That's pretty brutal, Duck. The IRL RNG distractions are the worst. The worst for me is I have one of those like ceiling windows that you like pull down, so there's no screen on it. So sometimes I'll have it open during the night. I'm like doing a speedrun or something important, and all of a sudden like a bee will just like fly in and start dive bombing me, and I absolutely hate bees. So that pretty much kills any speedrun.
Yeah, Twisted Duck with a rough Cookatiel fight there. Finally getting done with it. And now he's going to find himself well behind. And GM in chat already getting started on the exclamation point commands. Yeah, this is the last day for round 1 of the World Peace Open single elimination tournament. After today, we're going to be down to 16. Again, single elimination format, so win and you move on, lose and you are donezo.
Yeah, but we got plenty more SMO action coming up. We got the round of 16 coming up next weekend. We got the quarterfinals and all that on subsequent weekends. And we also got a bunch of other content coming up as well. We got an SM64 bingo tournament starting next weekend. And more tournaments
excited for that bingo tournament
to be announced in the coming days, so everybody should hit that follow button if you're not already. Keep an eye on the Twitter and the Discord because we are pumping out the content here at GSA.
Yes, contrary to popular belief, GSA is not dead.
Wait, I'm not dead? Is this real life?
Yes, actually.
Oh my gosh, I escaped. Poggers.
Also, go follow us and go follow the runners, and if you would like to volunteer to help make Sarah not have to do this all day, every day, then please volunteer.
I mean,
exclamation point volunteer.
This is what I'm going to be doing all day, every day anyways. The point of getting more restreamers isn't so much so that I can take a break, it's more so that we can post more content. Like, for example, if we were to host like a Minecraft tournament or something, and I was hosting the Minecraft tournament, then we could still, you know, have a community SMO tournament where you got a prize pool, a bunch of racers playing. Just do some more fun categories in between, you know, stuff like, you know, any percent leagues and big world peace tournaments and stuff like that. It just increases the capacity of what we can do, basically.
Oh, and let's not forget about the Urban Arts Partnership. Thank you to Urban Arts Partnership for helping out with the prize fund. If you want to learn more about the Urban Arts Partnership, really great program, helping getting kids ready for college and giving them the resources they need to help them get through college. Exclamation point UAP for how you can help out and donate with that. It is an awesome cause.
Yeah, pretty awesome group of people. I mean, they definitely take care of a lot of underserved communities, getting their kids to school if possible, if they're interested in game design especially. teaching them skills real time at their School of Interactive Arts, as well as, you know, offering scholarships and all sort of college entry help. So definitely an awesome cause to support us.
Game design, a really great window to get kids into programming. I am a firm believer that programming should be taught in all schools because it is such a vital skill in today's day and age.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming a core part of the society, that's for sure. I mean, you get a job in programming, you're pretty much set to get a job anywhere right now.
I don't even have a job in programming, and my job is 90% programming and 10% meetings. Jack getting his first story moon of Bowser Kingdom. Things looking good so far. I do not understand Nochi's joke.
You've never heard of programmer socks?
No.
Okay.
He confirmed the invention of programming was a mistake. Yeah, I can see your argument. Jack onto shards. Meanwhile, Duck just getting started with Bowser. Great shards. Not gonna go for birdless here, but that's okay. Super clean shards. Duck's gonna have some work to do here. Literally, gonna have to hope at this point that Jack makes a mistake.
Literally not BTT. I think Jack might be falling behind here. I'm kind of scared for Jack, honestly. But I think this is the time where, if any time, we should be hyping up a possible mech meltdown because, ooh, okay, Duck trying to go for some flashy movement here. Unable to do so. Round 2 looks better. But a mech tumble here would close the gap almost completely. A mech fall is pretty brutal, depending on where it's at, but especially a later phase can be pretty brutal with the time loss. And Duck just keeps on bonking.
Quickly to answer the question in chat about programming being outsourced to other countries, as we have some rage captures here. There we go, finally. Like, raw programming jobs are often outsourced, but development jobs are very rarely outsourced. Essentially, the question is, like, if it's just like, can I explain how to do this and somebody just needs to write the code, then that job is outsourced. If you need to figure out how it is done, then those jobs stay back home. Generally, those kinds of programming jobs are just learning like general syntax and doing just very basic tasks. More of as a convenience to the developers rather than like actual development of software.
Yeah, Duck, they're going all the way out to the shard, playing it really safe on these shards. Could be a bit of a downfall. I mean, we've seen it throughout this match, Duck going for some pretty safe and consistent strategies, which is good, especially in a race, but unfortunately, Jack just nailing a lot of these high-level tricks.
Hi, Jack. Down to 1 health on Topper.
Yeah, that's definitely not where you want to be, but one more hit here, going to be dispatching
there we go.
The Squatty Bunny, and it is all good. Going to make it through.
See, I thought that at first, Nochi, and then I got a job actually programming. Although in full transparency, I'm not like a programmer by trade. I work in predictive analytics that just happens to require a lot of programming. I could see like software development boring me though. TwiistedDuck missing that grab of the wire. He's off to fight some bunnies. Jack is all done with the bunnies. And to go back to your point, as we see TwiistedDuck going Topper first, that's really just the experience factor between these two runners. You can see Jack has the better PB, and realistically, I mean, it was very close in the early game, but we've seen so many runners playing it safe and just missing tricks in the late game, and that, you know, is ultimately the downfall of runners with, you know, PBs behind their adversaries. Not necessarily always the person that makes the most mistakes, but the person that just has the cleaner movement and the better knowledge of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard to say because I mean you'll see players, especially at a high level, going for even at like a high level, going for really consistent strategy and coming out on top. I mean, in the 70-star leagues that we posted here before on GSA, that's kind of what Punkay was known for, is just going for consistent strategies all the time, and we'd see him come out all the time on top of you know, players even like D whatever. But in this situation, you know, you've got a really good player versus a.
Well, meanwhile.
You know, Duck has a 102, which is pretty solid. But yeah, Jack taking a tumble here on mech. Unfortunate, unable to make it up.
This is a little worrisome.
Yeah, not a huge
second
deal.
try, finally.
Nope, gonna bonk again.
Oh, and another bonk. This is starting to be troublesome.
Yep, that mech's gonna start
This
walking
is exactly
soon.
what Duck needed. But is it too little too late?
Okay, no, we are
Third
good.
try, finally getting up. Now, I feel like it's not as devastating having trouble getting up. He does get topper acquired, so not as bad as if he were to fall here, for instance, because then he'd have to find a way to work his way back up. We're gonna get Harriet. Topper, or target acquired is critical here. And got it.
Yeah, Jackmus having a bit of trouble on that mech, but does hold it together, pulls in the reins, and kills the mech with ease. Gonna be holding on to that lead, and now Duck in a very dire situation. Pretty much banking on a complete meltdown in Moon, and Jack, a very seasoned runner, I don't see that happening. You know, the Bowser fight, not too complicated, the escape sequence. We've seen a death in Pillars, but it's kind of a desperation attempt. The run was pretty much over, where you're just trying to get those, you know, fireballs at the very edge of the blocks, but I don't know. Duck's definitely got his plate full here.
Alright, let's see if Duck can get a fast Mecha Brutal kill here. Try to make this a close one. So far, so good. Alright, there's Rango. Heading over to Topper. There's two. Great Topper acquired. This is a picture-perfect boss fight so far.
Yeah, just two more Brutals to go, and we are looking at a bit of time save over Jackramus in the mech fight, but again, Jackramus just having such a big lead, it's like, where's Duck gonna find the time?
He would need a death in the escape sequence, I would need to think.
Yeah, the TA. Oh, no good!
Oh, no! And the door has been slammed shut. Not able to get target acquired. He's gonna have to wait for this phase to end to try to get back up onto the Mecha Brutal. And that, more or less, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote. I was thinking maybe there was a potential for a PB by Duck here, but I think that has gone out the window.
No,
Jack's PB is long out the window.
I don't know. I think PB's still possible. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I'm looking at his splits right now, and he was on a pretty good run compared to his not PB, but I think averages. But it's going to be a squeaker if he does pick it up and get it in there. It's going to be really, really close. Yeah, Duck.
Jack gonna head over to Moonskip. Shouldn't this be called Cave Skip? Because although it is on the moon, you are not skipping the moon itself.
Well, it's called Moon Cave
Technically,
Skip.
you are spending the same amount of time on the moon.
It's called Moon Cave Skip, so.
Ah, I see.
Oh, but Jackramus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
what a save.
Yeah, very nice.
What a save by Jack. Could not get up. It actually got the majority of the Moonskip, missed the last jump, and was able to fall back to the platform thanks to that low gravity, and was able to save it.
Yeah, that would have definitely been a potential big time loss. I'm not sure if he got the flag, but would have brought things much, much closer together. Wouldn't have quite given Duck the lead, but Probably would have been sent back all the way to the Odyssey. A lot of runners will miss the flags almost as like a badge of honor. You know, you save a tiny bit of time sometimes avoiding the flag, and runners will just avoid it completely.
Yeah, by the time all is said and done, we will have seen 32 ruined weddings this week. All by Mario.
Yeah, what a
Actually,
jerk.
if you count the qualifiers, an additional 20 ruined weddings. Although some of them may have been cut off early due to DNFs.
Imagine breaking up a forced wedding. That's so BM. Get it, Bowser Moon. Get it. Get it. You don't get it. Fine. I get it.
Okay. Alright, down to 1 health on quick hats. And that was critical, because Twisted Duck now just coming up to Moonskip. If Jack takes a death here, it is going to be devastating. Doesn't take it on the Bowser fight. That is good news, because he is going to refill his health as soon as he heads to the escape sequence and takes control of Bowser. Here we go. It is all down to this. Jack essentially with 1 shot because Twisted Duck is on his tail.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jack has quite a bit of room to work with. Would have to die at the very end of this sequence here to give Duck a chance to come back, but certainly not out of the question. See if we see any cheeky 2DSS attempts here for
I
goals.
can't imagine, given that this race is at least still decently close, yeah.
Come on, Jack. That's why
You
we're
will
all
get
here
2D
watching.
skip at least.
What we were looking for.
Meanwhile, Twisted Duck continuing to have some issues with the Bowser fight, something that was a theme in the first Bowser fight. Is he gonna get there? Oh, he just missed the hitbox. That is the story of this day for Twisted Duck. Not that he's making major mistakes, but just those little things slipping from his grasp. Meanwhile, Jack having all of the trouble in the world trying to get this pillar. There we go. Taking a hit, doesn't matter. He still has 5 hearts. There's those cat jams. 1 more hit, there you go. Now onto the last pillar, and the only thing that will stop Twisted Duck at this point is, first of all, Jack getting off of this platform, thank you. And now it's just the invisible wall. But he's not going to get the sub 117. He will get a 118, a very low 118. Congratulations to... And he's going to screw around for a little bit. There we go. And Jack Imus is moving on to the round of 16. Congratulations. The time of 118.05.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Jack putting up a good show, and honestly, a hot contender in this tournament. Definitely has the power to take out some runners well above his batting rating, but we got Duck here finishing off his run in the escape sequence, keeping it close. Shoutouts to Duck. Shoutouts to both runners.
What seed are these runners, by the way?
That is a good question. Jack is the 5th seed, and Duck was the 28th going to this.
Well, mega props to Duck then for being as close in this race as he was. I mean, we were seeing, like, right up until the end game, this was an incredibly close race. And I can't even point out a single mistake that Duck made. It was just movement. Well, I guess falling off of the Mecha Brutal, but...
Yeah, definitely possible to think of a couple things, but overall, Duck putting up a really good fight. I mean, in front of Jackamus, back and forth all the way through, Seaside and Snow. And that is a great thing to see, especially in a round 1 match with two players that are so far apart in PvE, but get those cat jams out in the chat one more time. We're gonna see Duck finish this off here. No sub 120 today, unfortunately, but decent time, decent time. Can't be upset.
Yeah, I mean, he was right there with his PB. If not for the Cockatiel fight, I guess was also a point where he lost quite a bit of time. And falling off of top required. He definitely has a really good time just waiting him with a little bit more practice. A little bit more grinding, he'll get there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Duck is definitely a gamer that's been playing for quite some time now, and seems like he's going to continue. Can't speak for him, but perhaps we can get him in for an interview after this. Going to be finishing things off with a 120-14 or so. 2015 is the final time.
Hey, only 25 seconds off of his PB. Well done.
Yeah, very good job by Duck. Can't praise the gamer enough. Did we get the shout out for him in the chat? Let's do it again. Let's get another shout out for our racers. Also a shout out for AC Money for always being available for commentary. I really appreciate that.
Hey, you got it.
Gets lonely in here by myself. Especially when I'm trying to press buttons at the same time. Like, man, we saw what can happen earlier. Although, I mean, the worst case scenario is if you try to run your tournament and play in it at the same time. That is probably the hardest.
That's rough, yeah.
But just as hard doing commentary, honestly. So I really appreciate you being in the booth.
Hey, you got it anytime. I will definitely be around for round 2 next week and the bingo. We're looking forward to that. I know we have commentators for the 6 o'clock. They cannot make the 8 o'clock. Duck, you can do an interview if you want. Just hop in the waiting room. And it looks like we are now joined by Twisted Duck, the 28 seed, hanging with the 5 seed up until the very end. GG's, awesome race, congratulations.
Thank you. My 119 PB is definitely not the best I can do. Like I've been on 117 paces before. It's definitely not the best I can do, but I have learned new strats since that race. I learned the advanced sand road and better seaside movement and stuff. So definitely get way better at that piece.
Nice. Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you grind and hopefully getting 117, 118 soon.
Yeah.
Can you explain for those of us that might just be joining the stream, what exactly happened on the Cockatiel fight in Luncheon?
Well, I don't know how, but a moth flew on my monitor, and since I was playing with my lights off, so I sort of noticed it right away, and it just kept like being on my monitor and didn't get off, so it distracted me hard. I was trying to get it off my monitor while trying to fight Cockatiel, so it was very hard.
Yeah, certainly a bad break there. Saren, I don't want to dominate this interview. You have any questions for Duck?
Duck, what is your favorite kingdom in SMO?
Wooded Kingdom. To speedrun and casual.
What? Why Wooded?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the movements like flows together. It's really clean. There's some cool strats in it. The best. And also, I like for casual. I like the atmosphere, and the deep woods is very sick.
Alright, so actual question now that I've had time with my dummy question to think of a real question. What's the future in SMO, and are you planning on entering more tournaments?
Yeah, definitely. My goal for this game is to get sub-hour and any percent, so...
Yo.
What's your any percent? What's your any percent PB right now?
A 102.53.
Oh, you got that.
Yeah. I just need to do more... I just gotta play the games.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Jack did. I mean, Jack, when first joined the Cool Cat Gang tournament, I think he had like around a 103 or a 102 or something. Maybe a little bit lower, but I think he was definitely ahead of you at the time. Just keep holding down the gas, so just keep doing the same thing, and I'm sure you'll get there soon. Definitely have the movement.
For sure. Yeah.
But looks like we're going to take a little break here. We got 2 more matches coming up, so don't go anywhere. We got Chemcat versus BP, and then right after that we got Joe Cool versus Nick SMO. So definitely keep yourself tuned in. If you haven't yet, drop a follow GSA does tournaments of all sorts of different games all the time. We are back to creating content every weekend at the minimum, if not multiple days during the week. So definitely keep an eye on the channel, on the Twitter, on the Discord, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the heck kind of social media you use. We're on all of them. So be sure to keep an eye on us. And yeah, any other last words from either of you guys?
I don't have anything. I was just trying to end it quickly because I need to go eat.
Fair enough. All right, well, we will end things so that AC can get refueled here, and we will see you in about 15 to 30 minutes for the next map.
All right, take care, guys. GG's again, Duck.
See ya.